Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Barakak Wadash. Double honor to the elder apostles of the great millstone who rule well that taught us this truth. And much love, greetings, and salutations to all the fellow laborers of the tabernacle of David, though for elect, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And I just want to cover this article from the News Punch. It was posted May 29, 2019. And this is based off of an excerpt from this ex-mercenary officer, which, he was around during the time of apartheid, in which he's admitting to them spreading the AIDS virus to wipe out so-called blacks in South Africa. And this is something that these devils been doing to, maintain a balance of racial populations so that he doesn't be outnumbered or outpopulated. So he commits racial genocide upon races of color so that he doesn't become the minority. And we all know that that has been the biggest threat to this devil. And this is why he's pushing for abortion. All right, for abortion bans, Salakia. And when they was pushing abortion, it was mainly geared towards you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans as a eugenics device, if you will. All right. So, basically they're coming out and they're admitting, to their wickedness. And matter of fact, let me get a quick script. All right, this is Job 13 and verse Salakia. I think it's Job 15, Salakia. Real quick. Yep, this is Job 15, verse 6. It says, "Thine own mouth condemneth thee, and not I, yea, thine own lips testify against thee." All right. And it's just more exposure, coming out, which every day this happens on a daily basis, where Esau is constantly being uncovered and being exposed for all his, his wicked works. All right. His work of evil upon, the planet. All right, and particularly, towards you tribe, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Now, whether those people down there in South Africa or Jake, or they might be Hamites, but either way, this is how Esau, maneuvers. He wants to maintain, his world dominance, and he can't have control of that if he's being outnumbered and overpopulated. All right. So they create diseases, which shows you that Esau is he's the sword of the Most High. All right. He'll spread disease warfare against you. It's no secret that this whole Ebola outbreak that stemmed from the Congo in Africa right now, we better believe that that's controlled. OK, they're saying that it's out of control, but really they're leaving it uncontrolled, so it could be out of control. But they the ones that created that whole virus. All right. So it says white mercenaries posed as doctors in order to infect black South Africans with HIV to decimate the black race and create a white majority in South Africa, according to a shocking confession by an ex-mercenary officer. All right. It says South Africa now has one of the worst HIV epidemics in the world, with 7.1 million people, or just under 19% of the population living with the virus. The black population within South Africa has been disproportionately affected. They claims that white mercenaries were actively spreading AIDS in Southern Africa in the 1980s and 90s were made in the documentary Cold Case Hamarskajol, which premiered this year at the Sundance Film Festival. All right, so they're really admitting to these heinous crimes. Okay, this man is the damn devil. And matter of fact, let me get another. This is Proverbs 4 and 16. It says, "For they sleep not except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence." Okay, and that's the pattern of the wicked. Okay, so this is what they do. Is going back into the article, it says the claims are made by Alexander Jones, who spent years as an intelligence officer with the South African Institute for Maritime Research 3 decades ago, when it was masterminding coups and other violence across Africa. Jones claims that the SAIMR leader, Keith Maxwell, had a racist apocalyptic obsession with HIV/AIDS, and the group was intent on creating a white majority in South Africa and neighboring countries by wiping out the black race. All right, so this man, he wanted an ethnic cleansing, okay, because they were being populated. But hold on, you going around taking lands that don't even belong to you. That land was never yours to begin with, but you wouldn't colonized it, and you see that the original people, the indigenous of that land, outnumber you. Well, you're in their land. You came over there and you basically colonized and took what wasn't yours. Okay, this is what this devil do. And then he feels like once he's colonized it, he feels like it's his. Then he stamps his name on it. He becomes, you're an Edomite, but yet you go to South Africa. Now you're a South African. You're an Edomite. All right. You come from, Britain, England. You take your ass down there to Australia, and all of a sudden you're Australian. And basically commit mass genocide upon the Aboriginals that were already inhabiting the land. This is what this devil do, man. All right. That's why it says they eat the bread of wickedness. And let me read it again. All right. Proverbs 4 and 17. "For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence." All right. And that's Esau's. That's his way of maintaining his power in the world, man. It's through violence. Let's get Micah 2. Okay. You wonder why those Hamites, and there might be Jakes among them, that's down there, that's tearing up your farmers down there, man. And a lot of them are down there a bunch of pedophiles, trying to sexually molest, little adolescent, prepubescent little girls down there, man. All right. That's why this world is going to rise up and fuck you devils up, man. This is Micah chapter 2 and 1 through 2. It says, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. And they covet fields and take them by violence," meaning land, "and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. Therefore thus saith the Lord, Behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which you shall remove your necks, neither shall you go haughtily, for this time is evil." All right, and you're being preserved for the day of evil, man, for all the wickedness that you've done. And you coming out and you, like the scripture I read in Job, your own lips condemns you, man. Okay, let's get Psalms 64. And I believe I covered this story about a few months ago, if I'm mistaken, or I might have put it in one of my videos, that series, when will you realize the so-called the man Esau, this devil, when will you realize he hates you, man? All right. It's evident. This is Psalm 64 and verse 8. It says, "So shall they make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away." All right. And that's what's happening. Okay. And this ex-mercenary coming out, I wouldn't be surprised if we find this dude dead somewhere. Okay. This is admission by guilt. And he's coming out and he's exposing, what they did, during the time of the apartheid, man. The FBI. Okay. It says Keith Maxwell reportedly posed as a doctor while running clinics in poor, mostly black neighborhoods in Johannesburg area, which gave him an avenue to conduct his murderous experiments. All right. And that's why it says this, it was at Job 13. You are the forgers of lies. All right. The physicians of no value. All right. And that's what a doctor is. When you look up the word doctor, it actually means to falsify, man. So this guy was posing up as a fake doctor. All right. To basically inject the AIDS, HIV viruses into these so-called blacks, man. All right. To help kill them off. It's no different than the Tuskegee experiment, the Guatemala syphilis experiment, and many other disease warfare that they then brought upon, different people, man. All right. It says, what easier way to get a guinea pig than when you live in an apartheid system, Jones says in the film. That's how they think about you, right? It says black people have got no rights. They need medical treatment. There's a white philanthropist coming in and saying, I'll open up these clinics and I'll treat you. And meantime, he is actually the wolf in sheep's clothing. Let me get this in Psalms. Let's get Psalms 10, verse 8. It says, he sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doeth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privately set against the poor. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doeth catch the poor when he draweth them into his net. Okay. So this is, Esau and his wickedness, man. Doing what he knows how to do best. All right. God damn, man. It says Keith Maxwell wrote about a plague he hoped would decimate black populations, cement white rule, and bring black conservative religious mores, according to papers collected by the filmmakers. The Guardian reports a sign advertising the Cotilla, Dr. Maxwell, still hangs from the side of an office in Putefontein, where locals remember a respected man with a virtual monopoly on the area's healthcare. He offered strange treatments, including putting patients through tubes, which he said allowed him to see inside their bodies. He also gave false injections, said Abraham Carolia, who ran a shop across the road. Any interest Maxwell showed in AIDS in public was benevolent. Claude Newberry, an anti-abortion doctor who knew the mercenary leader, confirmed he had no medical qualifications, but described a committed humanitarian. He was against genocide, and he was trying to discover a cure for HIV, Newberry told filmmakers. All right. These devils, man, it's just more coming out, man. And this is a testimony to, your wicked works on the planet Earth, what you done throughout these years. And this is the reason why the Lord is bringing out this this deep investigation. All right, basically what you call it in the scriptures when you do investigation. Matter of fact, let me see if I can get that in the Second Ezra, the 6th chapter, real quick. Second Ezra 6. Yep. Second Ezra 6. And I'm going to start at verse 18. It says, and it said, behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell upon the earth, and will begin to make inquisition, which, is another word for an investigation of them, what they be that have hurt unjustly with their unrighteousness. And when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled, And when the world that shall begin to vanish away, in which we at the end of Esau's world, it says, shall be finished. Then will I show these tokens. The books shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall all see together. And this is how Esau, this is how we're finding out, all right, on the planet Earth, who the son of perdition is. Okay, the man of sin, the devil. All right, this is, let me get Obadiah 1 and verse 6. It says, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? And let's go from there to another precept, Jeremiah 49. And I think it's verse 10. Yeah, Jeremiah 49, verse 10. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. All right. And that's the Lord putting the spirit upon these, these mercenary members, people that were part of the CIA. All right. People that were basically inside, man, that had connections to the higher ups, man. They're coming out and spilling the beans. And it seemed like every day there's reports coming out, man. All right. So this is how you're being uncovered. It says his seed is spoiled in his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. So that's why judgment is going to come down upon you devils, super hard, man. And that's why a lot of evil is coming down upon you. All right. That's why you're, you're suffering under this oil crisis. It's mainly you Edomites that are dropping dead of those overdoses. All right. A lot of the people that are affected by the measles outbreak, majority of those that population is Edomites. You got the growing homeless population in L.A., where a lot of people are, they leaving feces, in at City Hall, and it's causing those rodents and rats to come out. And that's spreading diseases. And they have what you call the typhus outbreak that's happening over there. OK, and it's a lot of homeless Edomites along with homeless Jakes over there. All right. And you'll just as you always feared. And that's why it sent you on this murderous tirade, to go out and commit mass genocide upon, different melanated races of people. You're still becoming the minority. All right. Your population is still being reduced. And we all are outnumbering you, the so-called Negroes, the Latinos. All right. And that's the main concern for you is those so-called Hispanics, man. That's why you want to build that wall, man, because they're overpopulating you. So, this just further exposes who the devil is, But, I just want to do a response to this, this article here. OK. And, that's why we say, man, you tribes, man, y'all need to wake the hell up, man. This man he's clearly the devil. There's no salvation for him. All right. This man's going to be destroyed and he's going to go into slavery. All right. Stop trying to save this devil, man. All right. So, that's pretty much it. I just want to do, a quick lesson on that. Hopefully this was edifying. We give all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Until next time, I say shalom.